and I am here today. I am back, guys. I am back. And today, guys, I'm not feeling the greatest. I had some work done on my mouth, and it's really been very, very helpful, to just stay focused during that time. Um, Deidre, go on, please. I am not used to doing these lives. This is probably my third or fourth one. I'm trying to get used to it. Trying to get you guys to come in. Today, guys, I have a teaching that I put together. It's an educational teaching that was pulled from both of my books. My first book was to I don't have this right, guys. That's why I'm kind of like stumbling over because I see it says welcome to live chat. I didn't want to be in the chat, I don't think, because I really don't think I have a live chat. My daughter really took me there some kind of way. I don't know. Can you go see if you can get on? So I'm just kind of give me a couple of minutes to just kind of get this together. And I know I'm live, but hey, I got to get used to all of this. So as I was saying, that I would be teaching from my books, which basically is the lived experience that I experience. And I have also clinical insight as well as been on a spiritual journey. So with that being said, guys, I just want to bring you to an understanding knowledge that I do have some background into what I am talking about. So I was kind of waiting for my daughter to kind of show up and be live, but I haven't seen her yet. I don't know if anybody else is on or not, but I'm gonna keep on teaching this course because I think I don't know. But anyway, these two books that I have published will help you recognize manipulation, help you understand trauma bonding, and embrace you for the process of healing, and also bring you into the enlightenment of spirituality. Okay, guys, I'm going to just show you my books now. Deidre, I do not see you. This first book I have, guys, I'm going to kind of put it up. I don't know if you can see it because I'm on this green screen tonight. So there it is. You can kind of see a little there. It says, "To God be the glory, out of the skillet into the fire, a nightmare with an arch enemy." So I'm just kind of happy, that I'm able to share my books with you guys. And the second book that I would be using my teaching from is this one here, "Picking Up the Pieces, Life After Bonding with the Narcissist." Okay, guys, let's dive straight into this teaching. Okay, the first thing we're going to really talk about in session 1 is called the Nightmare Recognizing the Narcissist. Okay, and that was pulled from the book "To God Be the Glory, Out of the Skillet into the Fire." So, first of all, guys, you need to understand, or we as a people, or those who have experienced this, or someone who want to be educated on it, understanding what narcissist abuse really looks like behind closed doors. For one thing, guys, it really looks like something that you never experienced in your life before. I'm gonna take my glasses off. I might have to put my glasses back on. Understanding the abuse behind closed doors. But when you in that type of relationship with an individual, you don't see what you need to see. You only see what's before you. And so people can tell you lots of things. They could tell you you should know, you should, or this, or they may not even know themselves, because these type of people with this narcissist personality disorder, they are very skillful, especially the ones that's in their late 30s and uh, upper 40s. They very skillful, but at that time when they're in their 40s, they begin to lose grip, on what they doing, because they've been doing it for so long, and they've been manipulating people and wearing those type of masks to engage with people and to get people to love bomb them. They want to be love bombed too, but they also get people to follow them and to admire them and to validate them. That's what they're looking for. You will hear it in their with your ears, in their voice, that they want to be validated and that they want admiration. And even during the course of the time that you may have been engaged with the narcissist, there was still, something that you learned on your own. Oh, she likes this. She likes for me to tell her she's beautiful, or she likes for me. They'll give you what they want. You know what I'm saying? Or he likes for me to validate him and to agree with him. Whatever the story may be, I don't know. But it looks like something that people think that is wholesome from the outside. Looking from the outside in, you think that is wholesome. But if you were a fly on that wall, you would know the truth. You would know the whole story. You would know who's at fault and who's causing the problem and where it's coming from. Because, see, you yourself, have some insight into what's going on. You may not know completely what's going on, guys, but one thing you will know, that the narcissist is real, and that they keep confusion up, they cause destruction, they devastate anybody's life. Those kind of people do. And you find these people in every area of your life. You find them in your family members. Sometimes you find them in friends. Definitely friends, co-workers, and definitely romantic relationships is the build up big one, because it's designed to destroy you. It's designed to demolish you and to cause you to lose hope and faith in your God, So it is very important to know that they are causing all this chaos in your life, but you can't see it because you've been love bombed. If you hadn't have been love bombed, then you would have been able to see it. So, guys, that is just one of the things that we're talking about tonight. Understanding what narcissist abuse really looks like behind closed doors. Behind closed doors, you're going to get the love bombing in the beginning, guys. You will. Then you're going to get the silent treatment. And when you first get the silent treatment, you're going to be like, because it's going to be such a change. And we're going to talk about that change and how that change got there and everything. We're going to talk about that. Okay, so you're going to experience all of that. You're going to experience the love bombing. You're going to experience, excuse me, the silent treatment. And you're going to experience also breadcrumbs. You're going to experience all of that when you're dealing with a narcissistic person. So, guys, I am so happy that I'm here to share with you guys tonight. I am, again, created a session to teach from my books. My first book, again, you can find it on Amazon. Here it is. To God Be the Glory. Out of the Skillet, into the Fire. A Nightmare with a Narc Enemy. I'm going to say that again. To God Be the Glory. Out of the Skillet, into the Fire. A Nightmare with a Narc Enemy. Awesome, right? I know. Okay, guys. And the second book that I have, I think I threw it down here on the floor somewhere because it's the way I'm sitting. I'm just relaxing and just doing me. That's it. It's picking up the pieces. Life after bonding with the narcissist. Now, you'll learn in this book, it requires so much to break that bond. It requires, but we'll get to that. I'm not going to talk about that right now. But again, picking up the pieces, life after bonding with a narcissist. And I am teaching these sessions from both of these books. I kind of put some stuff together, and we're reviewing about understanding narcissists and what it looks like behind closed doors. That's what it looks like behind closed door. Breadcrumbs, silent treatment, and I didn't say that. You'll be on that psychological roller coaster. That's what it's all about. So you got that silent treatment, the breadcrumbs, and you got the love bombing all wrapped up in one. But it's okay though, it's okay. And the next thing I want to review with you guys tonight, I don't have my glasses on. Guys, all this computer technology stuff is really running my eyes and stuff, and I'm not the only one that says that. A lot of people say they really are experiencing some deficit in their eyes because of the computer, and as much as a lot of us sit in the front of the computer, and I know I do. So now let's talk about the cycle of love bombing, devaluation, and the discard. It is a cycle. You're going to go round and round and round again. You know why you're going to go round and round again? Because you're in a cycle. You on a roller coaster, baby. You're going to have to get off of that roller coaster. I don't know how you're going to get off of it, but I'm going to tell you how you can get off that roller coaster. Okay, so let's just take a look at the love bombing. Okay, guys, the love bombing is usually in the beginning, okay? You're going to get love bombed, you're going to get charmed, and you're going to feel like you're on top of the world because probably ain't nobody never paid that much attention to you like that. Because a normal female or male, they wouldn't give you all that attention. They come on slow because they really want to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? They really want to see what you all about. But baby, with the narcissist, you're going to get that like, oh my goodness, you're going to get a whole lot of charm. And they're going to come on to you. They're going to sweep you off your feet. You're going to be on that roller coaster for real when that narcissist is wearing that mask, the mask of the charmer. Okay, and so we're going to move on to the devaluation stage. Now with the devaluation stage, guys, you really, now that's a time when you're going to get a lot of silent treatment. When the narcissist is devaluing you now, or you're too boring for them, because they are generally get bored easy. I seen it with my own eyes. I lived it. I'm talking from experience, baby. I seen this with my own eyes. I couldn't believe it. I said, what's wrong? To myself. I said, they silent. One day you flipped up and everything, and the next day you like, oh, we had so much fun yesterday. What's the problem today? They somewhat devaluing you. You may see them laying or sitting somewhere. They're sitting there, they're plotting. They're trying to figure out their next move. Because remember, right now, when you being devalued, baby, they done found somebody. They done found a new shiny toy. They done found something else that interests them. And it's a challenge. What they're trying to get is the challenge. You see what I'm saying? So now you're being devalued. And when you actually, that crud balls, some people call them crud balls. I call them reptiles because they snakes. That snake like that, what they do, they just get in a place where they just leave you by yourself. You could be in the same house with the individual, but you'll be by yourself because you know why? Because they're giving you silent treatment. They devaluing you now. They're plotting. They're trying to figure out a way how they can get out of this and get into the other thing, or how they can abuse you so that they can do what they want to do. Because remember, they never take accountability. I wish, guys, leave your comments in the comment section if possible. I don't even know if I got enough to get any comments. I don't know. I really don't care, because I do this because I live this. I went through this experience and I was compelled to do this and to share my story and to let people know, oh, I know what you're talking about. Y'all ain't lying out there. This thing is real, because you're dealing with a spirit. You're not just dealing with flesh and soul, the body. No, the emotions. No, you're dealing with spiritual things now. When you deal with a narcissist, baby, you're dealing with spiritual things, and I'm going to keep it right there. So we got to the devaluing stage. You devalue now. And you just you ain't understanding, why is they performing this way? Why is they behaving this way? What am I doing? How, can this change? And we'll get into that little part too, I do believe, or we'll talk about it now. Well, actually, we'll talk about that now. So you're trying to figure out, how is this changing, right? Because now you're in the devaluation stage. The plan is now to discard you. You got to go, baby. Because, see, I got me some money, and I'm finna go over here and buy this toy. I'm going to go over here and challenge this thing. Because they told me one time that they love competition. They love to compete. And they love it. Trust me, they do love it. And guys, you're being devalued now. And you just can't understand, because you don't know why the behavior has changed. But then you're making remarks. And if you're a person like me, I'm going to tell you about yourself. So, God had to pull me out of that thing, because there was no other way. Not dealing with me, and stuff. Not dealing with me. There was no other way. So I just couldn't understand. I just stayed, Well, actually, it was nowhere for me to go, because it was mine. You understand what I'm saying? So you're being devalued. And so you're going to get discarded. You're going to get discarded. Oh, yes, you are. But right now, you're in a critical state, because you are on a psychological roller coaster right now. Oh, yes, you are. What has happened is that you have been with this narcissistic person, and you have experienced a lot. You are now on this psychological roller coaster, should I say. And I'm explaining to you about the psychological roller coaster. The psychological roller coaster is when you have a series of events that causes a sudden change or mood change in your behavior. Yes, your mood change. Okay, I'll give you an example. So you were in the love bombing phase, right? You were excited and you in the love bombing phase, you're getting charmed and all of that. And then all of a sudden, things are going, mellow, smooth, and you're happy. See, now you're not excited anymore, but now you're happy. And then all of a sudden, you become sad. Why are you sad, Forever Lovely? Why are you sad? Well, guys, you're sad because, remember, it's a series of things and events that causes you to get to being sad. You're sad because you've seen something out of the ordinary, something that does not fit in that individual's character. That's not how they portrayed themselves to you. And so you see it, you say, okay, people have bad days, You can't be so thin-skinned, you know what I'm saying? But then again, guys, how did you get to being sad? That behavior showed up again, but this time it was a little bit more intense. So now you were sad, well, and you're having this conversation with somebody that's not accountable for nothing, and they are not going to take account of anything. Nothing. They're not going to be accountable for nothing. You can say what you want to say, do what you want to do. They're not going to be accountable, guys. Okay, so you say it. So then it happens a third time. Now you say, "No, this is ridiculous. This is too much. This don't make no sense." Okay, it doesn't make sense, guys. Why am I seeing this again? And so at this point, you just say it. Okay, and then there's another mood swing that comes up for you. Now you're disappointed. Why are you disappointed? You're disappointed because you cannot fix it. You cannot fix the narcissist. You're disappointed. Yeah, you're disappointed because you keep seeing the same thing over and over and over. Again, I think I went a little above myself, but before myself, but I'll get to that point. So, you're disappointed because you keep seeing the same thing over and over and over. You were sad because you were shocked by the behavior. You was disappointed, when you seen all that behavior going on. And now you in a place where it's all going on and you're not leaving the situation. You still in the situation. Because remember, during the time of sadness, disappointment, you are still being charmed. But this time, baby, you're getting breadcrumbs of that charm. Just a little breadcrumbs. Oh, baby. I just had to tell you about that one there. So you desperate. You go from disappointment, y'all, to desperate. See, you on this psychological roller coaster. I was excited. I was happy. I was sad. I was disappointed. And now I'm desperate. I'm doing everything I can do to please this person. I don't curse like some people curse. I ain't saying that one may never come out of my mouth. I can't never say that because you just never know. But hopefully I don't use profanity. I try not to. And I really don't, guys. But, you're in a place now where you desperate. You're doing everything you can do to try to fix the situation, to try to pick up the pieces and put them together, to try to figure out, what am I doing? What is going on? But baby, you about to be discarded. Yes, you are. You will be discarded, baby. Oh, yeah. But it is okay that you're going to be discarded. And I'm going to tell you why. It's going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. If you ready, because last week we talked about healing while hurting. And if you're ready to heal, you're going to experience some pain because healing requires pain. I'm going to just tell you guys. Yep, healing requires pain. Okay, guys. So once you discard it, here's a story in a nutshell. Once you discard it, what you do, and you can only tell anybody this if you lived it. Remember, I'm teaching from lived experience from both of my books that I wrote. I put something together for a session. And so the session that we're talking about tonight is the Nightmare Recognizing Narcissistic Behavior in the narcissist himself or herself, being able to recognize them. And also we talked about understanding what narcissistic abuse looks like behind closed doors and getting you up to speed. The cycle of love bombing, devaluing, and the discard. Now, as I was saying, for the discard, guys, the only thing that you could ever tell anybody is, I lived it. I lived it. That's why you have people out here talking about it. I didn't know, but I figured it out. God peeled it off layer by layer by layer. I couldn't believe it because he exposed it. Oh, yeah. He exposed it for a reason. My story is not over. There's yet more to come. So I'm just trying to follow in the path of helping people, bringing them to awareness, bringing them to the fact that emotional healing is possible, that they can go through and be healed. And the next thing, there we go again, talking about emotional, step right into it. The emotional and spiritual toll, being bonded to a narcissist. What is the emotional toll? The emotional toll, guys, is that it takes over your physical body as well as your mind. Your mind first, then your physical body. That's the physical toll that it takes on you. Because now, see, you have opened up and bonded with her. Yeah, you did. You seen her, you liked her, you wanted her, and you bonded with her. But you didn't know what you was getting, baby. Baby, baby, baby. But honey, when you're bonding with somebody, you picking up everything that individual has in their spirit. And it's going to take a power that's higher than yours to release you and to heal you and to bring you into clarity and to bring you into a place of understanding that he is the deceiver. He is the manipulator, and that he is the devil. Because I'm going to tell you something. They will love bomb you and love bomb you till you forget all about who you are, baby. Yeah, I know all about it. But it's okay. You can heal from emotional trauma. It is possible. You can do this thing. I'm glad y'all understand. It's funny, but it's not funny, but I can laugh about it because when you start on your healing journey, you begin to reflect back on who you are because that's where you must go. You must go to yourself and look at self and decide in the mirror. Because I talked about in one session, Healing While Hurting, we talked about being able to look in the mirror. And I remember that mirror. That was no pretty thing for me. Didn't want to go there and wouldn't go there. And I really didn't go there. I'm going to just be honest with you guys. I'm trying to keep up on the time, but we're looking pretty good. So anyway, the last little part that I put together was testimony, personal reflection. I pretty much told a lot of my testimony, not a lot of it, just maybe some nuggets of my testimony, because I haven't went into detail or anything. But, I do have a subject that I will talk about one day, but I won't talk about that today either. But one thing I do know that the narcissist, they will, this is part of my story, will create a smear campaign about who you are. They will have people thinking that you are the devil, that you are a monster, that you came from the pit of hell. But I'm here to tell you that you ain't nobody but who God called you. You a child of God. That's who you are, and I'm just, hopefully said something that somebody could, identify with, that resonates in somebody's spirit. This is a new, it's not a new channel, but this is a new event for me, going live and talking about narcissists and narcissism and my 2 books that I have out, my story. That's why I have my green screen up tonight. Your story, generations and faith. And also, guys, to let you know, if you would like to tell your story and share your story, that I do, newsletters, and I do also, bring you and spotlight you in my newsletter with your interviews. So if you would like to have that done and share your testimony, a little bit about what you went through during your narcissism activity or narcissism encounter that you had, because it was an encounter. That's what I'm going to say. So I just thank you guys, but I do want to leave you with something. But please feel free. Go. I got to say this. Go on Amazon, get my books. Out of the Skillet, Into the Fire, A Nightmare with a Narc Enemy. And my second book is also in Amazon, Picking Up the Pieces, Life After Bonding with the Narcissist. And I have a third book as well, guys. It's in an anthology. It's my story along with, I don't have it with me. I'm not going to leave the camera right now. It's with 7 other people's stories as well. Very powerful people from the Leadership Entrepreneur Tour that we all spoke on. And actually, it's the #1 stage in the United States. And to have an opportunity to do that and to, feel the energy of that room was magnificent. I just wanted to share that with you. But as I wrap it up, guys, I want to leave you with one thing, one takeaway, and it's awareness. When you are aware, awareness is the first step to freedom. It is. It really is. Because if I'm not aware, because I wasn't aware, because you don't be aware, especially when you're not raised up with narcissistic people, you're not raised up in that type of environment. So awareness is the first step towards freedom. You got to get there. When you name the abuse or you name the trauma, the situation or whatever it was, you reclaim your power. You turn your pain into power, guys. Guys, I thank you for tuning in tonight. Leave your comments. Tell me what you would like to hear about. Tell me more about, share your comments, and support. And share with somebody else that's going through something. Please share this channel, Forever Lovely, at Lovely Elaine 1. And with that being said, guys, this has been Forever Lovely. And I hope to see you next week. And as always, guys, blessings forever.